Hello all, welcome to training session of Oracle SQL. Before jumping onto the topic, let us know the basics. I will just give a walkthrough of introduction to a database, what a database is, what data is, and I'm going to cover all the basics in this video tutorial. Okay, let's walk through agenda of our course. Uh, the main agenda of our course is in this video we are going to discuss what is data, what is database management system, how Oracle is going to provide this to this database management system, and what is RDBMS terminology, and introduction to our main topic, that is structured query language, and particularly Oracle structured query language. So let us know what is data. Data can be set of any meaningful information in the sense. With the help of that data, we should be in a position to recognize the various features or quality of that particular object. Or else, let us say, if you want to describe a person, if you want a data to describe a person, so here is a person, and if you want to describe data of person regarding to a healthcare perspective, we need name, age, location, weight, height, and the disease by which the person is going to get diagnosed. We need all this information because if it is a healthcare industry or if it is a hospital, they need this name and the age to identify the person, and they need this weight and height to diagnose the total weight, whether it's being gaining or whether he is losing. And they need location to determine whether there are any kind of contaminated diseases that are being spread around, and various information can be gathered if we collect such data as per the business requirements. So by this we come to know that data can be set of any meaningful information. With the help of data we should get some information. And similarly, based upon this example, if you want to identify a person in a locality or somewhere else, then we just there is no need to knowing about his height and weight there. We just need to know the name, age, social security number or Aadhaar number, and the location or address in which he used to stay. And if it is in case of e-commerce application like Amazon, eBay, or many e-commerce like many other e-commerce applications, if they want details of a person, they need information like name, age, address, their email id to communicate their bills as well as their logistics status, and mobile number to send sms regarding the status of their dispatched products. And coming to organizational perspective, in an organization we have some n number of employees working. So if in order to know uh, how many employees are working, or the employee details in any organization, the employee details will be maintained like the name of the employee, his age, the address where he is staying, his qualifications and skills, because organizations work based on skills of employees. So, and the skills of the employee are not very much mandatory to this healthcare industry or to this identification purpose or else to this e-commerce application. So here data related to person differs from industry to industry because their business perspectives are different in each and every scenario. So, friends, what we come to know here is data can be of any form or it may be any kind of data. But if it provides some meaningful information, then we need to save that data and we need to analyze that data for future forecasting. So how is data stored? In olden days, data they used to store data in the form of records. If we want to search a single name or else a single record in that big set of books or big records, we need to search entire books. But the scenario has changed nowadays. If we want to search single information based upon the date of birth, or if you want to search a person date of birth certificate, then we can write just a single query onto the database regarding the way by providing the particular year where he was born. We are going to get the result within a span of seconds, so there will be no delay here. That is the advantage of these databases. What is a database? As we all know, database is systematic collection of data. In any database, data is stored in the form of tables, like how it's present here, like name, age, sex, or item, price, discount price, etc. In any database management system, data is stored in the form of tables, and this data is stored in the form of tables to organize the data collectively, and by this we can retrieve that data very easily by querying. Coming to various types of terminal database terminologies, like DBMS stands for the database management system, and DBMS is we can just easily say in definition perspective as a collection of programs which enables its users to store, protect, access database, manipulate data, and helps in representation of data. DBMS is to put it in a layman terms, DBMS is just a software that is responsible for storing data into the physical database. And RDBMS stands for, even in RDBMS, the data is stored in the form of tables. And even RDBMS functions enables its users to store, protect, and access database. But the main difference of DBMS and RDBMS is in RDBMS, the data that can be stored in a single table is split into multiple tables, and a relationship exists between that multiple tables, so that in order to it reduces complexity of retrieving the data, and it saves time. And what Oracle is? Oracle is a relational database management system produced and marketed by Oracle Corporation. And Oracle is a very popular database that has been used uh, by many applications, and mostly all Java based applications will definitely make use of Oracle. And we came to know that we are going to store any kind of data into the database, which is relational database management system. In relational database management system, you are going to follow a specific terminology. That is, every data is going to store any kind of information is going to store in the form of tables. Here I have shown an example how data is stored in the form of tables. Here the first entire row is called as the header, or else we can say this employee number. Uh, this higher date entire thing which is under this round mark is called as column, and all rows can be called as records, and a column name describes the characteristics of that column. If there is any blank space left in a anywhere, then we should not treat it as a zero in database terminology. uh, they call it as null. Null is different from zero, and null is different from empty space, something like that. Null is null. Null cannot be summed with anything, or null cannot be added with anything. And here we have unique and not null thing, column that is present in any table in RDBMS, that is called as primary key. And we have a reference key that is primary key in other table. That reference key is called as foreign key. So we all came to know the database RDBMS terminologies even. Now let us know how we can communicate with the database. Let us say we are an user here and we want to retrieve some information that is present in our database. In order to retrieve some information from a database, we need to query that database. In order to query that database, we need a query tool. And query tool is a tool that can communicate with the physical database. Query tool communicates with physical database by using SQL queries. SQL queries are the only ways by which the query tool can communicate with the database. So, in order to retrieve a report as an user, we need to enter a query in the querying tool, and the querying tool passes that SQL to the database. It hits the database and retrieves result. And the same database can be used by applications and websites as well. And to put straight, most of the data that comes into the database will comes through applications and websites only. In order to analyze and in order to generate reports or generate things, we use query tool to verify whatever the data that comes through applications and websites. And besides that, there are set of various reporting tools and various kind of other tools that are available in market to generate reports from the database, and that's a different scenario. And you are going I am going to cover even some little topics on that in coming sessions. So by using this SQL, we can insert, retrieve, modify, and remove data. And there are various query tools that are available in the market, and out of which, if you are using Oracle database, Oracle is providing a free query tool, that is GUI based query tool called as Oracle SQL Developer. And the old tool that is being used by many people is SQL Star Plus. And there is other third party tool called Toad, which is a licensed tool. and we need to purchase license for that. So in order to uh, I'm going to wrap the session now, and let's talk in a brief whether what we have covered in this topic. In this video we have learned what data is and various type of database management systems and how a user can retrieve information from the data that is stored in a database, that is through query tools. And in order to retrieve data we need to enter some SQL commands or SQL scripts. So in order to retrieve information we need SQL, that is structured query language, and that is the only means by which we can retrieve information from a database. So thanks for watching this video.